I was about one more trade away from passing the funded account, and I ended up passing the funded account on Tuesday with this trade of $1,100. This is the trade that I ended up taking right here. All right, welcome back to my YouTube channel. If this is the first time that you're tuning in, my name is Lewis, and I am simply just documenting my trading journey. First thing I want to do is thank you for the amount of support that we've been getting on every platform, and I mean every platform: YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, or you can follow my Twitter as well. I haven't really been posting trading stuff on my Twitter, but I think I should start. Yeah, it's been a crazy week. As you can see in the thumbnail and in the title of this video, I did pass my funded account. As you can see on the screen right now, you can see the certificate for the funded account I passed. Let's get back to introducing everything in this video, and then we'll continue with the rest of the video. I will show you all the trades that I took this week. If you're not following me on Instagram, please make sure you follow me on Instagram, because I've been documenting every single trade that I have taken basically live on there. So please make sure that you go and follow me there. This is just like I said, I'm just documenting my trading journey, and I view these videos as a back testing session, a video journal, and really just, you know, trying to master my craft as much as I can, because week by week, I'm sure if you've been here from the very start, you've seen my progress as a trader. Yeah, I don't want to sit here and yap too long. Let's get into the sponsor of the video, and then we'll go from there. All right, this is the sponsor of the video. If you're looking to build a PC or get a PC built for you with the best quality parts in the market, make sure you check out Tektronix.com. As you can see here, this is their website. They have free shipping on all products and a 1-year warranty, so please take advantage of that. They're constantly updating their collection, so make sure you take advantage of everything that I just said. If you head in here, you could see that if you use the discount code LVFLIP, you'll get 10% off. You could click here and you'll get brought into what I believe is the best bang for your buck. I have this case actually on my PC and I love it. A lot of LED, and I know a lot of people love the LED, but either way, I think this is the best bang for your buck. If you scroll down, you'll see everything in here. And then recently they just added payment options where you can have payment plans. So if you are interested in that with Zip, make sure you take advantage of it. Like I said, just view their whole website and check out exactly what you need in a PC. If you need to contact them, you could contact them, where they'll even be able to quote you if you want to change anything within a specific setup. But apart from that, let's head into the Discord. Now, this is my trading Discord. We recently just hit 100 members, so thank you so much for that. If you're in the Discord, I am extremely thankful that you even are in here. All that I ask is, if you're joining and you're new, just please be active in the chat. Don't be shy. Keep the conversation going. I try my hardest to keep the conversation going anytime that I'm in here. As you can see, I even just texted today on a Saturday. So yeah, if you're interested in joining my premium, where you'll get access to the premium lectures that are in here, I will be adding more to the lectures soon as well. I try to add at least once a week. If not, sometimes I do 2. This past week, I added the funded account strategy. Oh, and I added a bunch of new videos to the trade breakdowns. So please make sure you go ahead and check it out if you're in the premium Discord. If you want information on all that, just hit join premium right here. If you want testimonials, you could go in here. You could see all the testimonials, as well as you'll see the prices for my one-on-one calls and everything in there. If you're interested, check it out. Like I said, if you join, just please be active in the chat. That's all that I ask. Apart from that, let's head into the video. So this is what the week ended up looking like. I know it's a lot, but I am just pointing out the liquidity that was swept. It's really not too much when you break it down and all that stuff. But this week we had a Monday high week down to a Friday low. It is a choppy week. We've been chopping for the past 2 weeks. As you can see, no real direction yet. I am pointing more bullish, but still no real direction. We will have to see until we get more price action. And let's just talk about what trades I ended up taking and what ended up happening. So let's head straight into Monday, the 17th of March. And like I said earlier, you can see all of these trades on my Instagram. So if you want to check it out with the live executions, go ahead. But coming into Monday, this is what we were looking like, right? The market opened right here, and I took a trade as soon as market opened. You could see that we had an SMT here. I'll show you the SMT. And this is the SMT right here. So this low is the same low. ES took it out and NQ failed to take it out. So that was a failure swing. So that gave me bullishness coming into the day right away. I said, okay, we're most likely targeting Wednesday high, and that is what I needed. I got in here at the open. We opened, we manipulated lower, swept the sell side liquidity right here. Also coming down to OTE of the range. Also coming down into OTE. We had an SMT at the lows with a turtle soup at OTE. PE, and I already had a clear draw on liquidity, which was this high. So price just boomed on this day here. Yeah, hit my target. Like I said, for the funded accounts, I actually just took out, or I got out of the trade with $1,000 profit. So you could see it in the video, but I was initially targeting this high, and yeah, this is what ended up happening. We ended up just booming after that. It was a pretty clean, simple trade. Obviously, there was a lot more chop, and I guess the bigger move would have been, you know, probably taking this long later on in the day, but that is the move that I took, and I got in and out. I didn't waste a lot of time, but that's basically all that ended up happening here on Monday the 17th. So after Monday the 17th, I was about one more trade away from passing the funded account, and I ended up passing the funded account on Tuesday with this trade of $1,100. This is the trade that I ended up taking right here. But as you can see, we were stuck in between Monday's range here on Tuesday. So coming into Tuesday, I wanted to see what we were doing, and as you can see right here, we could see that we were basically following bearish structure, or we were rejecting highs and pushing through lows. So I was bearish on this day. We also had a lot of liquidity from the sessions. If you are in the, as you can see here, a lot of liquidity from the previous sessions, but if you are in the premium Discord, this trade breakdown and this trade breakdown, I broke it down way more than I'm breaking it down here. I'm very detailed on those trade breakdowns. I try my best, but this is the trade that I ended up taking. Now, like I said, on the higher time frame as well, we were in premium right here on this day, Tuesday. We were in premium, and I was a bit bullish and wanted to see if we would come off of this order block. So I was targeting south side on Monday, and that's exactly what I did. So this is the trade itself right here. I took the entry off of this 1 minute fair value gap, but we ended up having a sweep of liquidity with an SMT. Obviously, NQ was the one that failure swinged, so I took it. I don't trade ES, so I took the failure swing on NQ, but here it is. Let me go on the lower time frame for y'all. Here, as you can see, we ended up sweeping liquidity on ES right here with this candle and failure swinging on NQ, so I took this trade off of that, apart from everything else on the higher time frame. And then I just targeted however much I needed for the funded account, honestly, but my honest target was Monday low, and as you can see, that got smashed through. So yeah, that is the trade that I ended up taking here on Tuesday. It's been very simple. I've been trying to keep my trades very simple, but this was the trade that ended up passing me the account. After that, I decided to take a break just past the account, and I was like, you know, let me just take tomorrow off. FOMC was actually very good. We had FOMC on Wednesday, and I would have caught a nice trade on Wednesday, honestly, because as you can see here, just for Wednesday, we have this big move, but right here, we had a very big SMT on Wednesday. So I'll show you the SMT, and I already said I was bullish because I thought that we had already formed the lower week here on Tuesday. So I was bullish on Wednesday, and then I wanted to see if we would go up to that Monday high. So that was my draw on liquidity. This is it on the 1 minute. As you can see, we failure swing on ES, which is an SMT, and did not do that on NQ. So I would have took a long here. I know that for sure I would have caught this because this is my model. So I would have at least gave it a try to go for long. Now, how long would I have held it? I don't know, because we had FOMC later on in the afternoon, and what I did was actually come back at like 2, and I did a live like just a chill live session of back testing, just watching price with a couple people in my trading Discord, and I really enjoyed that. So please let me know if you were in there and if you would like me to do that again. I am actually thinking about doing a couple live streams in terms of live trading on the Discord, probably Monday, maybe like that, you know, have a Monday trade. But apart from that, that is what happened. We ended up just booming towards the highs, and then we came one more time, swept liquidity again here before FOMC, before the move on FOMC, and then just towered it higher towards that high, and then ended up SMTing at the high with ES taking out that high, but NQ not taking it out. Now Thursday is the first day that I traded. Thursday, I noticed the move, but I didn't take it seriously until it started to pump, and then I was like, damn, that was the move. So at the open, right, this is where the open is. At the open, we had already SMT'd below this low on Wednesday. So if I show you ES, and this is what I mean by me contradicting myself or not taking stuff seriously, we had this SMT right here. You can see the sell side from Wednesday on both charts. NQ smoked it. ES did not even get close to it. So when market opened, we dumped one more time, soup it again, and didn't soup it on ES. It just started to pump. I noticed it while it was pumping. I didn't enter any trades, so I'm like, okay, let me just wait for a good retracement. Then I'm on the 1 minute just waiting to see if we get a good retracement, and I missed 2 very good entries. So I did end up taking a trade, and it's right here. But you could see the trade that I actually wanted to take was obviously the sniper entry. I missed the sniper entry, but then this plays, right? So this is close to 10 a.m. I'm thinking at 10 a.m. we could manipulate lower somewhere and then bounce, but it did it right before the candle at 10 o'clock. So I should have anticipated that the 10 o'clock candle would open. It opened, manipulated a little bit, like tiny, and then boom. So I should have anticipated that if we were right before the open, that we come down, sweep some liquidity, and then SMT, that should have been an entry. I should have took an entry there, stop below the SMT, and then let it run, and I would have got a lot of profit on this day because I knew we were heading towards the high of the day, or at least this high from Wednesday. I noticed that, and then I took this trade entry later on once we sweep liquidity. We had swept liquidity and had an SMT, so I take the long right there. Price ends up going up, then it comes down, and then it gets close, and then it starts coming up again. I move my stop to where it is right here below the, this is where my original stop was, but then I moved it below this, and then they came down one last time, hit this 1 minute order block, swept liquidity, and then boomed it. So I just had to sit there and take a loss. This was like a $200 loss or something like that, and I lost also somewhere over here. I took a stupid short like right here. It was stupid because it didn't make sense, and then once I took the short, then I noticed what was really going on, which was that this SMT was holding and that price was gonna boom towards those highs. So I kind of messed myself up on this day. I took a short like somewhere here, and then it came back up and took me out, but I should have been looking for longs, honestly, not looking for shorts on that moment. So I have to stop and really see what the market is doing to then determine what direction I want to go in, and that and contradicting myself is it just messes me up. Because then we have Friday. Let's move on to Friday now because that's the day. So I started the account. This is the first day that I traded the funded account. I started the funded account minus $400, and on E-mini that's nothing, one good trade and that's erased, right? So then I come on Friday, and you know Fridays are different than any other day. So I'm in here, we open up, and obviously there's a little bit of chop at the beginning of the day, but we open up and it's very clear that we have an SMT. So let's move on to Friday. We don't take out that sell side liquidity on ES, and Q takes it out. This is a daily SMT now, and I'm like, why did I not take that seriously? I should have noticed that daily SMT and look for a very good entry. And the crazy thing is that I come in here, right, and we end up pumping as soon as the market opens. We pump up, I think it was like somewhere around here. Yep. So we end up doing this, right? We come up, market opens 9:30. So this candle is already printing higher, right? Then we go up, and I'm thinking, is this gonna be the same type of situation as it was yesterday? And it ended up being. So I'm like, I'm long the whole time. I'm long. And then I go on the higher time frame, and then I'm like, I kind of contradict myself and convince myself, like, maybe what if we go short, right? So I'm looking at the 1 minute, and I see us here. We dump right here. This 1 minute candle, we come back, dump, and then this 1 minute candle comes down, dumps a little bit more, and I take a short, like right somewhere around here. I take a short, which doesn't make sense to me because, right, even if I did take a short there and we were gonna head lower, where would my stop be that would be protected? This makes no sense. I really just took this on impulse, and I was very tired on Friday, but I'm not gonna use that as an excuse. I didn't go to sleep on time because I was in the air. I went to the airport and got home very late. Still, this makes no sense. I should have took a long based on the fact that we had an SMT and trusted the SMT to have my stop at that low. So let's say I did take a long here, I should have still had my stop right here, or even just waited until we stopped chopping and then took a long over here. It was clear that we were gonna head higher. It was extremely clear that we were gonna get higher, and I just got cooked. So I end up entering short, and then I didn't even have my stop in place. I think I had my stop somewhere, but I saw price coming up quickly. Like, this candle happened quick, and I was down like $700. So I was like, no, I gotta close, and then I closed it. But obviously, you know, it dumped right after. But after I closed it, I noticed that price was bullish, and I'm like, okay, let me enter along. But when you enter a trade like this that is based off of, you know, you switching biases and, you know, you contradicted yourself any way, shape, or form, that doesn't really matter really. But you take a bad trade, for example, like this trade, I should have stepped away as soon as I made the mistake of losing $700 on a bad trade. This is a bad trade. This is a horrible trade. There's no context, there's no logic. I just thought it was gonna go lower. I switched my buyers from long after noticing the SMT and all that stuff to bearish, and I saw the dump, and I was like, oh, they could dump right here. So I just flipped my bias. So that was an impulse. I should have been like, no, let me stick to my bias and have real logic. Like, the logic is there. I should have just waited. Then I enter a short or a long, and then we start to dump. I'm trading E-mini, by the way. I had already been down already like $700 or some change, and then just a little move lower stopped me out without even hitting my stop. But honestly, my stop would have been below here, so this would have hit my stop. I should have waited. I should have not jumped in right after I take it out. First and foremost, when you take out, wait a little bit and then take another long. All I had to wait was I got taken out probably either this one or this candle. So I had to wait was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 more minutes, and then I would have had a long opportunity and got a good move. It doesn't make sense. But the moral of the story is I have to trust these higher time frame SMTs. I have to trust the logic, and if I do make a mistake, be aware of the fact that I made a big mistake, and it's better for me to just walk away or wait a couple minutes before taking another trade, because I have no room to play with, especially if I don't go down to micros. And yeah, I could have gone down to micros, but it's also a part of that, I could get my money back and more if I stay on this, because really trading E-mini and micros is all about confidence. If you have enough confidence and enough enough conviction in your setup, then it doesn't really matter. I think you should trade E-mini. Obviously everybody's risk tolerance is different, but you know, that's besides the point. Either way, I believe that for sure on this day I should have stayed long bias, and I should have taken this trade. This is the actual trade I should have taken. I didn't take it here, but I should have taken it like somewhere over here, something like that, after we came back down and swooped this, because we were bullish. There was a big SMT, price is gonna keep going higher, and then I'm also bullish on the higher time frame, like the monthly and the weekly. So I should have just, you know, stuck with it and not changed my bias, because I knew for a fact that the lower week was already put in on Tuesday. So once we swept that, that should have been like, okay, I should have been like, okay, now we have a reason to move up, especially since there's an SMT at the low of the week. Yeah, I just want you to learn from that mistake, because this cost me a daily drawdown. Now I'm down like 1,400 on the account, and I've only traded 2 days on it. Next week I'm gonna be very careful with it. I don't know yet. I haven't decided if I should start trading micros until I get out of that drawdown, then come back to minis. But at the same time, my best days are usually statistically better on Mondays and Tuesdays, and then I kind of, you know, have a couple mistakes during the end of the week. So I have to just have a good trading, solid trading week. But what I'm gonna do, honestly, in my opinion, probably see the setup that ends up setting up on Monday. If I like it and I'm confident enough to be like, this is a good trade, take it on micros and then try to get out of this drawdown in one trade. If I lose, then there goes the account and I have to go and start over again, which I don't want to do. But if it's a so trade, I'm like, I don't really trust it too much, hop on minis and on micros, not minis, my fault. If I said it backwards before, you know what I mean. But if I'm not too confident, hop on micros and then take it. If I'm confident, take it in minis. There's no point. But yeah, apart from that, that has been every trade this week. Thank you so much for tuning in and checking it out. Thank you so much for the amount of support that I've been getting in this YouTube channel. If I'm being 100%, it's because of you that I'm in this position, and because of God. So thank you so much. I'm just gonna continue to try to get better. I still think we're bullish just because of how we closed the week, and then we have this generated liquidity up here, but we'll just have to see how we end up coming down next week and playing out. Apart from that, check out techtronics.com. Use my discount code LVFLIP for 10% off. Please like, comment, and share this video with a friend who's also on their trading journey. Leave a comment down below. Let me know how your trading journey is going. Please join the Discord and be active in it. What else do I have to say? Follow me on Instagram, because I am still posting my live executions on Instagram every day. And yeah, be on the lookout for live trading in my Discord. Honestly, if you are going to join for that, it would be down here. If you're in my premium Discord and I decide to do anything for the premium Discord only, it will be in here. Thank you so much. Apart from that, that is the end of the video, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace out.